Okay, the engine is warmed up now. You can see by the temperature gauge it does get warmer than that, but it's very warm out today. There's the temperature outside, 91 Fahrenheit. So it's a hot day. It doesn't take very long to get warmed up. With the engine warm, you can see we've got nice oil pressure. I'm going about 58 miles an hour and holding nice oil pressure. And so we're actually ready to go over to vegetable oil. So to do that, you literally, I have my 3 switches on here for the pump and the line heat and the filter heat. You can see the fuel temperature is about 150 degrees. And to go to vegetable oil, I flip both those up. So right now, as soon as the diesel is flushed out of the injection pump, we'll be running on vegetable oil. You don't really notice any difference of the car while it's on vegetable oil. It's, if anything, it maybe picks up just a slight amount of power extra. And by this time we are running on vegetable oil. And you can see it runs just fine. It runs great. And it's a hot day out today, and you can see the coolant temperature with that air conditioning condenser removed from in front of the radiator. You can drive in as hot as weather as you want, and the car does not overheat. It's a brand new radiator, so it's absolutely clean, and it cools the engine very well, and yet it still comes up to temperature. So look at the gauges. You can see the fuel temp still runs about 155 degrees, I'd say there. You see a slight positive pressure on the fuel pump. Now if I turn the fuel pump off, this will still keep running, but you'll notice that the vacuum drops a little bit, and that's filter vacuum. And where this is taken off is filter vacuum for both the diesel fuel filter and the vegetable oil filter. So you don't need this pump to run. As I say, it's mostly good for just filling up the filter after you've changed it to purge all the air out. Going 60 miles an hour right now, and still good oil pressure. I'm going to pull off. We go down the road here, we'll stop, and you can hear it idle on the vegetable oil, maybe a slight bit noisier when it's on vegetable oil, but otherwise it runs just fine. And this is straight fryer grease. It's only been filtered. Hear a slight ticking. That's not the valves, that's the what they call the nailing from it being on vegetable oil. Run the engine up, likes RPM. No danger over revving it really. They're motors that like to be driven with high RPM. And that's about it for the test drive. Well, I think one thing I'll do, you see the engine temperature is warm. I'm going to pull over so you can see the hot oil pressure at idle. And that's kind of a good indication of engine health. I'm going to pull over into this lot. So there you go, sitting at idle. Running on vegetable oil. I do have the injection pump cold start lever out, which advances the injection timing. It gives a little bit of fast idle, and the engine seems to like that when it's running. So that's it.